Hi, Dr. Dane here. This video session, corresponds to session number 6 for Baptist history. One of the things you'll see in the lecture notes for this time is an important section that talks about the differences between the society and the convention method for Baptist missions. On the chart behind me, we'll talk about the differences between these two approaches to Baptist missions. First of all, the society approach. The society approach is based on membership of interested individuals. Individuals would come together who had an interest in a particular thing like foreign missions or Bible publication or other kinds of religious publications. And they could form a society where you could pay dues and come be a member of that particular society. So the society is based on like-minded individuals coming together. The society approach has a single focus. They're only interested in foreign missions. They're only interested in Bible publication. They're only interested in publishing religious materials. So the society method is a single focus organization. They only do one thing. The society method has a wide geographical area. The society could bring in members from lots of different places. And all you needed to do to be a member of the society was to send in your dues. And that would make you a member of the society. And then you could attend the meeting whenever that meeting happened to be, yearly. Every 3 years, as we see later with the Triennial Convention among Baptist missionaries. The organization for the society is actually very simple. Since you have like-minded individuals and each one gets a place based on their membership because they paid their dues, the organization is actually very simple. As you met once a year or once every 3 years to have a meeting, that would be when you would decide what you were going to do with your funds. The society ultimately became non-denominational. Other kinds of people could be involved in these single-focus society-type organizations, and so therefore it wasn't very denominationally strong, and denominations aren't particularly tied. So, individuals, single focus, wide geographical area, simple organization, and not tied particularly to the denominations, although Baptists did use this method of convention or society funding. Now the convention approach. The convention approach is definitely based on membership by the local churches. They depend on the churches coming together to do this together as churches. The convention approach has multiple causes. It's sort of like an umbrella that can cover multiple kinds of things. Foreign missions, home missions, publication can all be under this broad umbrella that they put together. The convention approach has a limited geographical area. In the South, we'll see that local associations came together to do this kind of thing in the local geographical areas. Later it became statewide, and then finally Southern Baptists in 1845 put together a convention approach that's geographical based on the limitation of the geography of the South. Organizationally, this convention model is much more complex. Because it depends on the churches then, the churches have to come to a consensus, and the churches then have to decide with multiple ways how they're going to accomplish this organization. These are also based on the denominations. Because you have a church base to this, then the denominations are the ones that do this. It becomes much more tied to the denominational focus rather than the single focus non-denominational society method for doing Baptist missions. Now, Baptists did missions these kinds of ways. American Baptists did things in the society method for a long time. Southern Baptists developed the convention method to a high level of sophistication later on. Now, the next set of things that you'll see in the lecture notes talks about this rise of Baptists organized for missions, particularly the formation of the Triennial Convention. This has roots in the Congregationalist denomination, actually. In 1806, a group of students at Williams College had met together and caught together because of a thunderstorm. They met in a haystack and began to pray and have a number of meetings. Luther Rice was one of these, also another man named Samuel Mills, and we're going to see that these men formed the impetus for a group that formed the Congregationalist Mission Board at Andover Seminary beginning in 1810. Mills was there, Adoniram Judson, and his wife Anne came from Brown University to be at Andover Seminary, and they met Luther Rice there. The Foreign Mission Board from the Congregationalists sent Judson and Rice and Mills and 3 others in 1812 to go to India to do foreign missions. There, they were scheduled to meet the famed Baptist leader William Carey, who had already been in India for a number of years by then. These men decided on board ship that they would study the Bible so that they could refute William Carey's Baptist doctrines. Luther Rice and Adoniram Judson, though on different ships, determined that baptism actually was by immersion, and that therefore, based on that and other things, they decided that infants were no longer candidates for baptism, and they renounced their claim to the Congregationalist Mission Board and became Baptists. Luther Rice returned to America, where he began to raise money for Baptists to send missionaries overseas to serve with the others in Burma and in India, where William Carey continued to serve. Adoniram Judson's wife, Anne, wrote a letter back in 1812 to her friends where she had determined that they had become Baptist. Here she said in September of 1812, "Can you, my dear Nancy, still love me, still desire to hear from me when I tell you that I have become a Baptist?" So, Judson and his wife and Luther Rice became Baptists. They then began to serve as Baptist missionaries and no longer as Congregationalist missionaries. I hope this little video helps explain the differences between the society method and the convention method approach to Baptist missions. See you next time.